Habari Gani, Ma Induga Na Dada. This is your elder, your brother, and one of your generals in your struggle for your liberation. I was born in the United States of America, one who is an African but flows also through the genes of those Africans brought here officially in 1619 on a ship. And they have been here ever since. But my brothers and sisters, let me just share this with you. We are the first human beings. So it naturally follows that we are the majority population of human beings. You see, at one time, we were spread all over the planet. There are remains of us, evidence of us being even in the Arctic, amongst the so-called Eskimos, China. Are you listening to me? Vietnam, Cambodia, what they call Indonesia, Korea, Japan, Hawaii, Papuans, Australians, the so-called Hindu or Indian people, who when I was a kid in school, homeland was defined as a subcontinent of Africa. You don't hear me, do you? India, a subcontinent of Africa. But you see, my brothers and sisters, what broke us up and divided us, and pitted us one against the other, was when those Aryans, Europeans, drove down through Northeast Africa, that which is today defined as the Mideast, destroyed our empires and civilizations and massacred us. There remains of some with their eyes open and staring in fear because they're being killed, burned down towns, integrated with their women while protecting theirs. And those descendants they produced through our people became known as the Syrians, the Palestinians. Are you listening to me? Egyptians, Ethiopians, all up through that area now, Mesopotamia. We are the first. We are the indigenous people of the planet. So listen now, to get to the point. White people came out of the caves, and then they started on the move after they got tired of trying to kill those buffalo and those saber-toothed tigers and other dreadful animals and fearful animals that existed and lived in the cave amongst them. So when they left, my brothers and sisters, looking for a better way of life, they saw the sunshine rising in the east and headed towards, are you listening to me now? What they define as the West now, towards Africa. And the sun was so bright and brilliant that they decided they had to have it because they wanted it. And they had developed during those thousands of years existing in the caves and living off of buffalo and snakes and some reptiles large enough for them to capture the time and eat anything moving that's meat. So when they came out of those caves, you see we have evidence of everything I'm telling you now. It's all written in books. And surprisingly, most of it by white boys. Are you listening to me? So my brothers and sisters, listen. All I can say is we got to get it together. If we don't come together soon, we'll never come together. Now, we are one people. Doesn't matter what anybody else tell you. We are one people. We have one story to tell. See, we've allowed those who evolved from the Grimaldi caves in southern Europe, who was evidence stereophagia, you know, the big rear ends, who are still found today in South Africa, West Africa. I think the largest ones are down there in Tanzania, in that area. Shoot. Those people who are descended exactly from that group of people who were nomads, you know, had the peppercorn hair and a kind of reddish look to them. They're still alive today, you know. See, I know who you are, see. But what we have to understand, we have one history. And when the white man came out that cave and spread throughout Northeast Africa, conquering and killing and murdering and colonizing and ruling through his children whom he had produced through the African woman, separating himself from the masses of African people by his descendants and himself from himself. So listen, my brothers and sisters, it's nothing new to me. And I hope it's not new to most of you. And if it is new, please accept it. Please accept it and do some research and prove me wrong on anything I say, please. Please. I dare you. I bet you're afraid to do it, because you know I'm going to take care of it. So my brothers and sisters, listen. They've gotten inside of our heads. But they recognize our greatness. We create everything. Everything. And they take it and put their names on it. And then if you think about this now, what they do create is evil in intent. It's about conquering, enslaving, and colonizing the lands of the original people of the planet and taking their resources. You see, they can't help it. They operate from a principle of greed because they didn't have enough. They went through some hard times in the caves of southern Europe during this time. Got ice all out on the ground and all kinds of things. Do you understand what I'm talking to you about? You understand? So he knew we were a majority in the world. Anybody know that but you? Because you see, he's gotten inside your mind and unscrewed some of the screws and put some wrong size nuts or bolts back on the screw or whatever the case might be. And it'll fit right. It doesn't work right. And he has to come in and fine tune it every now and then and make it work the way he wants it to work. So my brothers and sisters, listen. Please hurry up and wake up. Please wake up. Look at the game. They keep telling us we're the minorities of the world. Minorities? We are the majority of the world. But my brothers and sisters, listen, we are it. Everything that's created is good, we do it. They take it and put their names on it. They create things like guns and bombs. All you hear into me. Pain and suffering. So my brothers and sisters, wake up. It's time to wake up. They are dwindling in population. Listen to me. They are dwindling. They are not even replacing those who died with new births. In 40 to 50 years, here in the United States of America, and some of you may be alive to witness this, but you see, they gotta keep control. That's what the games, if you're in control, you over the resources and everything, the people and everything else. So they gotta keep control so they can keep draining Africa of her resources because they need those resources to live abundantly at the expense of others. So my brothers and sisters, wake up. Once you realize they can't do nothing without us, can't even do anything to us on the mental level at least, that we do not allow them to have. We have the power, the sacredness, the knowledge, and the love to know it's all up to us, and all we have to do is say no to whatever he's putting on us, regardless of how long of a time it was. So my brothers and sisters, listen. Stay good. Read some books. Discuss. But allow her or him who's able to teach others and the history of our people the way it should be taught. Pick those. Let them lead the discussions. But my brothers and sisters, please, learn. Open up your consciousness to every incidental experience you have on this road called life. So my brothers and sisters, like I say, all we gotta do is unite, stand up, and say, no, I will not acquiesce to colonialism, slavery, or any kind of exploitation, especially to the African people on the African continent and those in the diaspora. Then we also want the same things for our brothers and sisters throughout the planet. Once again, y'all, my brothers and sisters, a luta continua, freedom and liberation.